Hi everyone, I hope you are doing well. So today we are going to start Christmas horror themed videos, like we did Thanksgiving. I thought that was pretty awesome, right? I mean, that was a pretty long story. These are very short stories, so I'm going to do a couple, see where we're at with time. I'm going to keep these very relatively short because the stories are really short. So, anyways, let's get into it. So let's see. Our first story is titled Slaughter at Christmas. Everything was lovely and pleasant on a snowy day full with pleasure and presents. This family was hosting a Christmas social gathering with friends and family. They had no idea it would be their last. It all began after friends and other visitors had left the residence. The notes found in ordinary locations throughout the little suburban house were death threats, which was the first indicator that someone was about to get them. For the holiday season, they were always kept beside a sharpened candy cane. Concerned, the family attempted to call the police, but the lines were down and all they could hear was static. Despite their anxiety, they dismissed it as a joke and blamed the storm for the downed cables. They all made the decision to sleep it off. Screaming awoke the father and two sons. The mother of the children had been stabbed in the throat and was drowning in her own blood. "Who would do such a thing?" yelled the father, who was in excruciating pain. A loud bang could be heard from the closet over the father's wailing. It was the assassin, bloodied and with a sharpened candy cane. Maybe don't keep sharpened candy canes in the fucking house. Just saying. "Why would you do this, son? You assassinated your mother." "Incredulous," the father murmurs. "I don't enjoy Christmas," the child answered, shrugging his shoulders. Get out of here. That is the end of that story, guys. These stories are really short and really fucked up, apparently. So, anyways, the next story is titled Murders at Christmas. Christmas is typically a special time of year, but this year was especially difficult for a small community called Cowra. Cowra. I don't know. Probably not saying it right. Whatever. Cowra had to sacrifice a family to the great Buba moon every Christmas. A guy who prevents people from leaving Cowra, welcomes people to move here for free, and kills one family every year, leaving only one survivor. Christmas was 3 days away, and Jack, a little boy with wide brown eyes and a large family, received a letter that read, "Dear Jack, I know how much you adore Christmas and your parents, but your family will not survive Christmas this year, except you. Regards, Bubba Moon." Jack was afraid, fearful for his family's well-being during his favorite holiday. As the days drew closer to Christmas, Jack ceased to speak and began to shut people out. He reasoned that if he pretended that they were gone now, it wouldn't sting as much when they were actually gone. On Christmas morning, Jack awakened to total silence, the Christmas spirit having vanished. Bubba Moon, he knew, had them. The home was silent as he proceeded down the stairs. Jack realized his family had vanished, and there was nothing he could do about it. Jack wanted vengeance and vanished months later. According to legend, Bubba Moon kidnapped Jack, and everyone who lived in his house died the following Christmas. That's the end of that story, guys. Like I keep saying, these are just horrific little short stories. I think we got time. We can do one more. So, we're at 4 minutes. We're doing wonderful. We're doing wonderful. So, let's get into another one then. This one is titled 24 Hours Before Christmas. In the Lenard household, it was the night before Christmas. Lucas, 14, and Emily, 8, the house's two children, were reading stories in Emily's room. This was because Lucas had been assigned the mission of keeping Emily locked up in her room so that Santa could deliver the gifts. Lucas had the idea to tell Emily a horror story at that point. It sounded like a fantastic plan. He might have finally retaliated for destroying all of her devices and video games by accusing her of making her fear Santa Claus. He smirked and asked, "Emily, do you want to hear the legend of Santa?" Emily appeared to be uneasy. "Not at all. I'm tempted to retire to my bed." Lucas made a sneering remark. Do you want to go to bed? Certainly not. When there are so many stories to share, it's impossible. Lucas, I don't want to. I'm tired and want to sleep. Please exit the building, Emily moaned as she tried to push her brother out the door. He refused to budge. Rather, he stated, Why are you so adverse to hearing about Santa? Do you think it'll be frightening? Would you please leave? Oh, no. You must first hear the legend, then I'll give you permission. She sighed and rolled her eyes. Fine. Please, 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 please. Okay, I'm going to do it. There was a period when Santa wasn't the person you know today. He didn't have a beard or a huge belly. He was slimmer and wore a coat with patches made from the socks he stuffed. He didn't want anyone to see him, though, for they would pay a horrible price if they did. How much did it cost? It was the end. Santa, didn't want anyone to see him. Instead, he wanted people to believe in him just to believe in him. That is why there are often complaints of children dying to the police. Emily's pupils dilated. So Santa killed those missing kids. Lucas smiled and nodded. Yep. When he got up to depart, he heard a loud noise from downstairs. It's Santa Claus. No way. What if he kills me because he realizes I'm awake? Emily muttered under her covers as she drew her blankets over her head. It's most likely our dog, he said. Could you double check? Fine. I'll return as soon as possible. Lucas exited the room and shut the door behind him. He peered over the edge into the living room, trying to notice anything unusual. In the corner, there was a sliver of crimson and silver. He squinted his eyes. He was certain he saw a thin man wearing what appeared to be a cloak downstairs. He snipped a piece of their stocking and sewed it to his cloak. But wait, that can't be. Lucas was certain he made up the story in order to scare his sister, but that would imply that the slim man would turn around. Lucas dove to the right, hiding behind a clothesbin. He sat there for what seemed like an eternity, waiting for Santa to arrive. Lucas made a move to stand up when he was touched on the shoulder. He leapt to his feet and turned around. Santa was standing in front of him. What do we have here? Ho, ho, ho. It appears to be a naughty child. It's a pity, especially on the night before Christmas, to end up on Santa's naughty list. It shouldn't make a difference, though. I'll look after you. He brandished a gleaming knife. Before bringing the knife down on Lucas's head, he muttered, Good night. And that is the end of that story as well. So, anyways, if you guys liked this video, please give me a thumbs up. If you'd like to see more videos like this, please subscribe. And as always, I appreciate you guys for watching these videos, and I appreciate you even more for subscribing. So, as always, I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and thanks for watching.